What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Ilse Crawford from Abstract, Season 1, Episode 8. Interior design is the subject of this episode. Ilse is a interior designer who broke a lot of the rules, which a lot of the people featured in the Abstract series break rules. Something that I it's something that I hold dear, is that there are no rules in art. I mean, there's things that people have established over the years that are likely to respond well to people. But generally, the ones that stand out are people that break rules. Maybe not all the rules, but you break a couple rules here and there, some quote unquote rules, and it forces you to stand out. One of the things she did is to design interior spaces based on all of your senses, rather than just aesthetic visuals. She wanted to create spaces that will not only visually be pleasing, but also the smells have specific feeling, like all the different emotions to kind of combine to elicit a certain emotional response. So from the touch of the materials used, the look of the materials, the colors, the smells, like all of those things combined to kind of decorate the surroundings, the habitat, as it were. I mean, most people spend their time indoors, right? Inside your house, inside a hotel, inside restaurants. Between those moments, we're traveling to and fro, and you can see at times the shells of everything that we go into. But then you go into them, you go into like a hospital, you go into a lot of corporate situations, a lot of office buildings, and it's very disgusting. It's very uninviting. It's very no thought is really put into the visuals and the kind of overall emotional response you get from going into certain places. Like, a lot of people don't like going to hospitals because they're very, very just, I mean, they represent generally unhealth, death, and they're very they have to be very sterile. I think they have to be. Maybe they don't. Maybe that's the next rule that gets broken, is that we find out that hospitals that maintain a high level of sterility, if that's a word, are actually the biggest breeding grounds for MRSA. Who knows? But it's just very interesting. It's something that I've myself would love to have the ability to decorate my space. But it's one of those things that you kind of just need money for, whether it's like clothes or just the core of a living space. It's really something you need to have money, or just like I just not a high enough priority for me, I guess, in a lot of ways for me to care. I'm very much more of a functional, like I need things to be functionally available for me to work and do things. I'm having to move things back and forth. I have a very a very alive working space where things are constantly changing, getting built up and broken down just to make space, make room for me to either be painting or producing the show or just living my life. But I would love to. There was a time when I got my first apartment by myself, right? I'd always had roommates or lived at home or whatever. And the first apartment I had of myself, I had a good job, and I got a credit card, and decided to max out the credit card on brand new furniture and just a brand new living space for myself. And it was the first time that I had ever gone into a situation actively trying to understand what kind of space I would enjoy living in. And I got a lot of dark woods and just comfortable. I did some things that that made sense, but also I'd completely do different the next time I have the financial means to kind of decorate my living area, gonna be completely different. And my tastes change over time, and my focus in life has changed over time. But it's just it's awesome to see where she's coming from, doing not coming from, but just kind of the way she articulates and frames interior design. And she works anywhere from high-end hotels to designing furniture for IKEA. One of the big projects that she's working on throughout this episode is that she's working to kind of re-understand what the cafeterias can be for IKEA, to really make that space less of a cafeteria and more of like a restaurant or a place where people feel comfortable to sit down and enjoy their food, and not only enjoy their food, enjoy good food, because that's one of the things that IKEA wants to do, is to have available healthy things for people to eat. And I enjoy it. There was another thing where she rearranged how a restaurant was set up to give a different. It's everything that she does is an effort to elicit a more comfortable, just emotional response in a space. So when you go into a space, you don't feel stressed out, you don't feel on edge, you don't feel anxious. You go in and you feel comfortable. You go into a space, and what the way she explained, I think it was a hotel, is you go into a place and you feel like it's a place that has been lived in, and that you're there. They're like you're going to a friend's parents' place, and they left you the keys, and you're going in, and it's almost like Airbnbs in a lot of ways. Airbnbs are directed or decorated to look more like a living space more than they are to look like a hotel. Where hotels, I mean, are very much cookie cutter, exact, very basic, very uninviting, very cold spaces in a lot of ways, which I enjoy. I also enjoy art can be used to communicate intentions or ideas directly. Like, they could be extremely on the nose, or they can just be done in a way to elicit memories, or just a reaction, just emotional reactions, make you feel happy, make you feel sad, make you feel comfort, make you feel fear. Now, clearly with interior design, majority of the time you want people to be comfortable. So that's kind of where she lives, mixing different materials and just understanding how people react to different materials, whether it's the contrast of a rough material or the cold, smooth contrast of like a certain type of stone. So I really enjoyed it. For episode 8, it's the final episode of season 1 of Abstract. Just one of my favorite shows. There's a chance I might take a break before going into season 2. I might wait till the new year. So there might be a few weeks without any Abstract episodes. But I will go through episode by episode of season 2 as well. I just, I think I need a little break from doing these weekly. But yeah, it's been kind of a fun, kind of challenging, but kind of a fun way to break down and talk about these things that, for me, I didn't go to school. I didn't go to art school. So it's a lot of different ideas and things when it comes to art, philosophies of art, that I've kind of been figuring out on my own throughout my life. And it's interesting to see other people's similar paths aligning. So go check it out. Ilse Crawford, interior design from Abstract, season 1, episode 8. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork over at inspireddisorder.com and save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. Follow me on social media at Ray Taylor. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!